What was your childhood dream?
That's a big question. What was my childhood dream? My childhood dream was to be a writer. But, as you grow up, you realize, well, you're not going to make any money at that. Or you're going to end up in some city, living in some derelict apartment with a hot plate, alcoholic, something terrible. How many of them have horrible endings. And then I thought, well, that can't be me. I better go get a real degree and forget being a writer. So I pushed it away.
Where do you think that stereotype comes from? Although it is true, and some of those who, Charles Bukowski ended up actually having a career, even though, and he wrote about sort of that derelict sort of writer existence and then transcended it. And where do you think it comes from?
That's a very big question, but I think that there's a level of romanticism to say that you've overcome the odds, or that you've either dried up and look, see, I told you shouldn't do that, or it's the narrative that really resonates with you, right? Do you have fear, or do you have joy and belief that things are going to really turn out? And at that moment, I had fear, right? Like, well, how special am I? I'm not, right? And so you can look at that narrative and say, oh, well, that's what happens to people who write. They drink. Or you can be Bukowski, who works at the post office and toils away all the time in his free moments, and actually turns the living in a room with a hot plate and drinking a lot at the bar into a whole, body of work. It's really how you approach life. I think it's a good metaphor for that.